Here we are in the inner loop. Justin, from the time you came in as a Cup car owner, you said you were going to do things different, kind of shake things up. There's no better example than hiring Shane. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, since we've started this whole thing, we've talked about stories. We've talked about the power of stories around athletes and the power around stories and brands and all of that. And so everybody that we've put in these race cars, all of our athletes, we want to be able to talk to people and tell them where they come from and have it be totally a unique situation. And so when we started Project 91, you know, I really, after we had Kimi Räikkönen in the car, wanted to kind of think outside of the box and you know, the mold was kind of set with Marcus Ambrose a number of years ago, and the supercar guys were just, their talent was on another level. And so I got Shane's phone number from my friend Boris said, and I was called him one night and said, hey, this is kind of what I'm working on. Would you like to come and do it? I think we can do something really special and kind of shock the world. And he was so easy, he was so stoked to do it. So we put it together and went to Chicago. It was amazing.
Did you ever imagine like that it would go from that phone call to where it is now?
No, I thought it was just a one-off, and
so did I.
Yeah.
So you know everybody's going to want you to drive their car now. Are you up for a full-time Cup ride if you want?
I'm doing one more year in Oz, and then I'd love to come over here.
It was exciting. I think it was December, and then he said, leave it with me. I'll try to get some funding for it. And sure enough, I think it was March when I was at Melbourne Grand Prix. We got it done. So, yeah, amazing what it's snowballed into, eh? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So what is, now that you've been here as long as you've been here and, you know, first full year in Cup, what's your impression?
It's full on. It's I knew it would be really, really difficult, but you just don't know how good everyone is here. Like most series sort of have 5, even less cars that can win. Here, especially on an oval, you can have 15, 20 guys that can win on that certain day. Like the level of competition here is really high. The teams are close. It's a very impressive series.
So last year we were as fans, we were treated to an incredible race with you and Chris Buescher, and here we are at the scene of the crime, right? So
Chris Buescher is hounding down Shane van Gisbergen, who happens to be mentored by Marcus Ambrose. Marcus will be back in Australia watching this, and it's shades of Keselowski and Ambrose all over again. Buescher gets on the inside of SVG.
Look at on board a Buescher. Contact with the wall, that right there.
The pressure of the 17 forced the mistake at SVG.
Of course, you bring me here where it happened, bring back the bad memories. But yeah, we had a good race. We were really catching him towards the end. Then we had all those green-white checkers, and I gave him a little bump at turn 1 on that last one, and I knew he was trying to get me back if he could get to me. And he was fast through the S's. Every lap he'd pull away from me through there, and yeah, he caught me, and I could see him catching me in the mirror. And I thought, oh yeah, here we go, and yeah, just clipped that wall on entry, and I'd hit it probably 2 or 3 times during the day, just small nicks. And then that one, it just grabbed the tire a bit much and ripped the wheel out of my hand. So I couldn't recover. So I was still catching it here when it was up there. And yeah, he just snuck inside me and got me with a nice pass. And it haunts me to this day.
you say the level of competition is really high, but you're kicking everybody's butts on these road courses. And to be honest, you make it look easy. Is it easy? Is it easy? I think you make it look.
It's more natural, I guess. Yeah, it's what I've always done. And I guess I've had really good cars this year. We've really got better and better the last couple of years with our road course stuff. And yeah, the ovals are very difficult though. That's taken time, and thankfully Justin's very patient. And
well, I mean, for us as a business, it's great to have those weekends of the year where we feel like we're in the best position of everybody to win. It's a tough spot to be in a sport this competitive when everybody's chasing you because everyone's looking at you and you're the benchmark, and so it puts that much more pressure on everybody in the shop and in our company to be able to prepare. But obviously, like right now, we need a little bit more speed on the ovals, and we're going through a transition right now in the company and really trying to get us back to the speed that we've got on the oval. So while we go through that process, it is really advantageous for us as a company to be able to come to races like the road courses here with a guy like Shane and be the ones to beat. And we just have to make sure that we execute really well, that we prepare really well, and pit crew strategy and Shane, everybody does a good job to just capitalize on that opportunity because it's hard to win Cup races.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.